Hello, Com4826ers. Welcome to the last video tutorial for assignment 2. I don't have a lot to say today because the questions I've been getting from you guys are usually like individual, like about a specific argument somebody's making, or something about unique circumstances, and not really applicable for all of us. And a lot of the questions I'm getting, I already covered in other tutorial videos. So it's not worthwhile covering everything in detail again. However, I would like to talk about two things that I've been getting a lot of questions about. The one is access, access things, library things, search problems, and so on. And the second thing is, again, the format. Now, I've spoken about both of these things in previous tutorial letters, but I think I have something more to say based on the questions I've been getting. I think I can maybe guide you a little bit more in terms of these two things. Now, the first one is access to the articles. It is a little bit concerning that so many of you are on honors level and still struggling with simple things regarding the library. But okay, if you are one of those people who do not really understand the library and feel it is like a big black hole of problems, maybe not for this assignment, maybe you don't have time to figure it all out right now. But if this assignment makes you feel like you are not on top of things regarding the library, please, after the submission, please make work of that. Especially if you are planning to register for Com4809 next cycle, or if you plan to continue your postgraduate studies, because the library becomes more and more important as you go up in qualification level. So really if this assignment told you that you don't understand the library, get a grip on that, even if you do it after this assignment. Alright, but now, to get access to the articles, I've spoken about that last week, so use the notes I've given you last week, mainly. But one thing I want to add that I didn't add is a way to link Google Scholar formally to your UNISA logins, and then you can have a better search function on Google Scholar. I uploaded a document on my UNISA. It's called something like Google Scholar settings for UNISA library, or some file name like that. But I'll quickly show you on the screen what that linking is like. It's very quick and easy. All right, let's look at it on the screen. Let me open a tab. Alright, so if you are on Google, let's go to Google Scholar. If you are on Google Scholar, mine is linked already, so yours will look slightly different to mine. I think you go to your profile. Oh no, to your settings. There you go, that's what you need, the settings. Then the library link. And then in that search bar, you type in University of South Africa, and there will be a list, and those two are the important ones: University of South Africa UNISA Library and University of South Africa ProQuest Full Text. Tick those two boxes. I'm not sure why that one is ticked. You can tick that if you want to, but I don't know why it's ticked. Those two ones are the library ones. And then you do save. And then your Google Scholar is linked to UNISA's library. And then when you type in a search, let's do that Munshi and Kurian one. That is that is usually difficult to find, but if you've linked it, it works via Google Scholar as well. Then you go down on the list. Oh, that is the article you want. And now you will see these two things on the side. Those are the UNISA links. So you can click through to the article like that. And there you will see it, but you will usually see this page not being able to download the article, but now you are linked via UNISA, so you might see a download option. or you can go to Science Direct on that button and you will find the same. You might find that the first time you click through, you will need to log into to My UNISA via the login page. It's all on that document. Let me see if I can open that document for you. Yeah. Let's look at this is the document now that's on My UNISA. So there's the linking procedure, and that is how you search for an article like we did now for imperializing spin cycles. Then you find this screen with those two new editions on the side. That is the links to the library. But then when you click through to it, you will first be taken to maybe a UNISA full text site, and you will be asked to log in some other form, depending on what the specific database is. You might get that like a bigger sign in form that has like centered in the middle kind of thing, or this one that you see in the guideline, and then you will be taken to the journal page as if you are logged in. Alright, then I don't know if I will be able to find such a problem to show you on the screen now, but something else that I come across quite regularly, and that you maybe come across too, is an error if you log in or navigate via the library. I get at the moment, I think it's a COVID thing, it's something because we are all working from home and logging into the library or whatever from different locations. So sometimes I get this error that says like privacy, return to safety, type of error when I try to log in or search. I'm not sure. I'm going to try and do it now on the screen to see. But see, I logged in already today, so I think it remembers my logins of this morning. Okay, I can't seem to be able to show you that error on the screen. But sometimes when I click through to a specific page, I get this error on my screen that says something of a security setting, and it gives you the option to return to safety or something like that. And then it gives you an advanced option. And that little advanced option is your answer. If you click through to that, you get a little link. It looks like a hyperlink that says proceed to, and then the web location, and with a little warning that it's not secure or unsafe or something like that. Now, I don't know about other websites, but if you are navigating to a UNISA library page or a database linked to the UNISA library page, you can assume that those are secure sites, and that those are not in fact unsafe as your browser is warning you. So just go to that advanced option and click through to the proceed via that proceed link. That usually works for me. What can happen sometimes is because now if you the first link is maybe to the library page. The library page automatically redirects you to the journal page. That automatically redirects you to another database page, and so on. Normally we are not even aware of all of those redirect things. We just see the page loading while it's redirecting through different pages. But now you will get that error message for every redirection. So sometimes it's even necessary to go advanced, proceed, and then the next screen loads again with that error. You might even think it's the same error and you are not getting past the error, but it's a different redirected page that gives you a different version of that same error. So sometimes it's necessary to go 3 or 4 times via that advanced option, proceed, advanced, proceed, advanced, proceed, before you get to the download site. But you do get there in the end, or I've always been able to get there in the end, unless there is a bigger problem that is not a usual problem. But for my usual error message when I search or go via logins now from my home network, it works if you just click through it. But if you find such an error and you can't solve it by yourself, contact Dawie Malan. Those of you who've been brave enough to contact him about access problems for assignment 2 or even for assignment 1, you would have realized that he's friendly and he's nice and he reacts quite quickly and he's very helpful. He's even been sending out PDF documents if he sees somebody's really having access problems. I will do the same, but you might find him even friendlier than me, or easier to get a PDF from if you are struggling than I would send you back to search on your own first. But I asked him to send you back to search on your own first if it's a problem that you can solve by yourself. But he's very friendly and approachable, and even after submitting assignment 2, please talk to him if you are having trouble with the library. He is our guy. He is appointed to help the postgraduate students and the staff of communication science with library matters. He's not an administrative person, although he has a lot of administrative knowledge. He is a librarian in the sense that he is like a research help in the library. So he understands our subject field very well, and he understands the library and information sources beyond the library very well. So when we do research as staff members or maybe as doctoral students and so on, he is like a great help and advice how to get hold of difficult sources, how to even buy specific books for us via the library that we need in the department or for a research project. So he's not an admin person. He is almost like a total information expert, but he is appointed as our expert, as the communication science expert. So he is really a wonderful help with library and search and research related things. So do get to know him and do contact him with library questions and queries, especially if you are going to take your studies forward from honors level, or if you are still to register for COM 4809, because in COM 4809 you do a lot of the work on your own. You conduct a research project, so there your literature work will also be a bit more extensive and not limited to recommended and reserved reading like it is for your other modules. The next thing I want to talk to you about is some more format things. I keep getting questions about this table format that we are using for assignment 2. Don't be so scared of it. It's not all that difficult to understand. You are writing paragraph-style answers inside of a table format. But the rest of your assignment layout is still exactly according to the style guide and the technical requirements as in your tutorial letter 301. Nothing has really changed. I understand that it's a little bit different, but it's not anything that our style guide and our layout of assignments cannot accommodate already as it is. So I have made yet another example. Last week I showed you let me just get that on the screen. Last week I showed you like an example of an analysis that is to give you an idea of the content more, but it will also give you an idea of what a completed analysis table will look like, how long it is, that it will stretch maybe over more than one page. It probably will stretch over even 2 or even 3 pages. To give you that sense of whether you are on the right track. And then I also uploaded a table template that you can copy and paste even to start you off with your table format answers. Today I have taken that one step further just to give you that little bit more confidence whether you are on the right track or not, by laying out an entire assignment heading by heading to show you that we can still use the layout and the presentation of assignments as required for for honors level students, or actually for all communication science students, but then use those table formats as the heart of your content. So let's look at the screen. You will have an introduction, as always, with a paragraph. I just put some X's there. You will, of course, have text. Then heading number 2 is your first analysis, starting with a little introductory paragraph or introductory sentence. I just wrote that one sentence, but you can have a longer thing or maybe a little paragraph there. Then the table, it's numbered, it's labeled as per the requirements in your tutorial letter 301. Then in each table you will have your content, your content, your content, your content, your narrative evaluation. Then it's the next section. And the next heading, analysis of Article 2, Creer and Roodman. Then a little introductory paragraph. Then a table, it's labeled. See, that label is number 2, because the first one was table number 1. Summary and analysis of narrative evaluation. That is the label of your table. Then it's Creer and Roodman's analysis, 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 and the narrative evaluation. Next section 4, it's got a heading, it's got an introductory paragraph, it's got a table, it's numbered, it's labeled. It's completed with your contents, and so on. And there's the last one for Ndlovu. And on you go, on you go. Then, next heading, because remember there's that concluding question about your preferred paradigmatic position that is motivated by your research interests and your general view of life, for 10 marks at the end of assignment 2. That will not be in a table. You can put it in a table if you want to, but it's better to just write a paragraph or two in a narrative style in that concluding section. So that's a separate heading. Number 6, concluding question. And then don't forget the conclusion of your entire assignment, as we always require an assignment to have an introduction and a conclusion, and then we'll follow your sources consulted and so on. So the layout of the whole thing is still as if you wrote essays like you did in assignment 1. You can get the basics of assignment layout in your tutorial letter 301. There's a section on the font and the line spacing and so on, and heading styles and that. But you can also, I will show this to you on the screen. I've showed you a number of times, I think it's also in your 101, to this website. Now the tutorials are video tutorials, so they are in some instance a little bit long-winded to go through everything. For instance, the referencing things are very accurate and very nice, but to listen to an entire video about referencing a book might take you too long. But I want to show you a bit more about this website because it's really worth it, especially for presentation questions, because there's a whole section on different things. Like this first one is the technical things. If you are unsure of the technical guidelines and layout, and you struggle to get the 301 together with the different documents that's uploaded on MyUNISA, this is a correct website, this Writing for Academic Integrity. And there's a whole theme on the preparation of assignments, and the presentation is the one that I want to show you. So there's a video on the table of contents and declaration of own work. It will show you the correct fonts, the correct styles of headings and so on, how we number and what a table of contents must look like. Then there is intros and conclusion video. Then there's tables and a presentation of assignment content video. So go through those if you are not sure how to label a table or a figure, how to do your intro and conclusion, what the table of, what if your marker keeps writing that your heading styles are incorrect. Maybe these videos can help you. Then there's a section on plagiarism. When your assignment is found to have problems with similarity, I will refer you, some of you have gotten that note from me, refer you to this website to watch these videos, to familiarize yourself with issues of plagiarism. If it's maybe that you made a mistake because you didn't quite understand what is meant by paraphrasing or plagiarism, or those terms that are in policies that we keep warning you about, but maybe you don't quite get it. These videos make it a lot clearer. So I've shown a number of you to these plagiarism videos. I'm not covering them today. And then there's the how to reference videos. They are very, very useful because they show you that very exact style, like when is there a bracket, when there's no bracket, when it's italicized, when not, what has a full stop, what has a dash, where, what you need to include for each reference. All those very small details we keep going on when your marker says your table of contents is not technically correct. It means that it's those smaller things that you need to attend to. And on this website there's a video for each of those smaller things. There's also a quick examples of referencing guide there at the bottom that summarizes kind of the correct style for the different sources that is covered in these videos. And then there's another section on advanced referencing. I was actually involved in this section. You might recognize my voice from these little tutorials. When your marker comments on you should use your own interpretation or your own voice, or you must interact with your sources critically and so on. Maybe these videos in this little section of advanced referencing can help you, because here I covered how to interpret in a way that you make your own argument based on things you've read in sources, ways of interacting with your source material instead of just saying what they said, to be able to agree or disagree or show similarities and differences and so on in the work that you've read. Maybe it will be really worth it for your narrative evaluations to go through some of these videos and see the different ways in which you can still use source material, still reference them, but give your own interpretation and own opinion in an academic style. Maybe these videos can help you with that. Alright, I think that's it for me for today. We talked a little bit about some access problems. I showed you how to link Google Scholar to the library formally. That if you do that once, it's done forever, and it can really help your Google Scholar searches to be much easier. Then we spoke a little bit about that error message. I'm sorry, I don't quite understand all the technical things, but I wanted you to know that that type of error thing happens to me too, and it's not the end of a search if that happens to you. Just click through that advanced option. Then we talked quickly about the format. If you are still uncertain about format things and you have looked at the requirements, you've looked at my example, you've looked at my template, you've used your 301 and the general guidelines for assignment layout, presentation, and so on, and you've consulted the videos that I've pointed you to now, lastly, and you still feel like something isn't, you don't understand something about the formatting, ask me. Even if it's after this video, or even if I tell you to go back to the video, that's the worst that can happen. I can show you in the right direction, even if I don't spoon feed you the answer, because it's important for me that you take some of the steps on your own. This is a journey of academic maturity, not only a journey of getting content in your brain and an assignment on paper. It is a bigger journey of growing as a student, as somebody who is academically mature. So I might send you back, but that's the worst that can happen, is that I point you in the right direction instead of directly helping you. But I am available via email. I am available on my UNISA. I don't go there every single day. So if you want me to respond to you on the same day or within 24 hours or whatever, email me. I'm available to you guys, even after this video, which is the last tutorial for assignment 2. Okay, that's it. Enjoy your work. Bye bye.